Welcome back to Real Talk, Real Issues, independent thinking for the free mind, with me, your speaker, Mad Mo on the mic, and this is Mo TV. So, keeping things real, starting off today just with a little bit of conversation, kicking it to the workplace. Today I would like to talk about workplace harassment. Have you ever experienced any form of workplace harassment? Maybe you have experienced workplace harassment and you don't even know it. Whether it's a customer that can be too demanding of your customer service, a manager that has a God complex and chooses to oppress you through control of holding your job in their hands, or even a coworker or fellow employee of the company that chooses to single you out and discriminate against you through harassment and intimidation. All of these are grave examples of workplace harassment. Nobody is above the law, not even the King in England nor the President of the United States. So why allow anyone at your job to take advantage of you? Let's talk about some possible solutions. The first source of a potential solution is to report them to management. If the managers are the ones you have the harassment issue with, then report them to the corporate office or the owner of the store or business. It is only right that you be fair to yourself and the company and let them be aware of what is going on. Once you have made the appropriate reports, then check in on the progress and status of the issue you're reporting. If management does nothing, seek outside assistance from the Department of Labor to the EEOC, which is Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, and including your local CHRO, Chief Human Resources Officer. These organizations are set in place to help good people seek justice at their jobs where they already work hard enough. You have rights, both as a citizen of the United States of America, and, above all else, as a human being. Do not let anyone infringe upon your rights to hold down a decent job for a law-abiding, equal employment opportunity company that protects their employees, including corrupt members of the company, whether in management or on the sales floor or any part of the business or store. Corruption grows stronger when the resistance against it gets weaker, so stay strong. We are not responsible nor accountable for the discrimination, oppression, intimidation, retaliation, nor favoritism that corrupt employees of our employer. But, without a doubt, we are 150% responsible and accountable for the justice we seek for ourselves. Nothing will change if we don't spring ourselves into action and get defensive. Nobody changes a tire that doesn't squeak or leak, so who is going to listen to someone who doesn't speak? Nobody. Outside of sign language, no disrespect to the deaf or mute, but for all of us who live by raising our voices and speaking up, we are the ones who must raise hell and make everyone listen to whom we want to tell. Speaking up is your own obligation for your own personal justice. And when you feel powerless or all alone, reach out to others. Whether it's on social media, family, friends, your church, the police, or a privately hired attorney at law, do not suffer in silence. When you refuse to speak up, they speak for you. To any system of corruption, the corruption is only as strong as the resistance is weak. Meaning, without your voice, without your complaint, without your defense, corruption rules over and takes control. Everybody has the right to work in a safe, harassment-free, stable working environment. Before those companies go into business to hire all of their employees and make their profits, they must meet these requirements. Do not let anyone in the company get away with taking these rights from you or damage the reputation of the company. All forms of harassment are illegal. Do not let anyone get away with oppressing your employment. I'm talking about, it doesn't matter what your life story is or who you are. That is nobody's place to hold against you nor single you out. Be aware of these types of harassment and steer clear of suffering in silence. Sexual harassment. Talking about your body or flirting with you against your will. Any talk or taunts of your body, including your weight, your height, your hands or feet. Any inappropriate or unwanted attention to any and every part of your body is sexual harassment. Also beware of all forms of discrimination. Discrimination against you may include sexuality, gender, race, ethnicity, financial status, religion, disabilities or extra abilities, personal life experiences including your background, age, weight, height, if you're right-handed or left-handed. Any form of discrimination is harassment, and it is all illegal. People hate on others simply because they truly hate themselves. Do not carry anyone's personal baggage for them ever. You have your own free will just like they have their own free will. And no matter what pain or disappointment people experience in their lives, you are only responsible for you, your life, your words, your actions, your choices, nobody else's. Life is hard enough and short enough. Do not let anyone complicate your life further, nor cut it shorter due to stress of harassment or discrimination or actual anger. I too have been a victim of workplace harassment at multiple jobs, almost all of them, and I suffered in silence until I felt forced to quit, and I quit, or they retaliated against me and fired me. Back then I was afraid, nervous, and I suffered for it. More issues came up from job to job to job because I was still hurting over the harassment from the last job, and it's like the assholes that harassed me most recently smelled it on me. History repeats itself. If you do not stand up for yourself with people, then other people come in and continue to take advantage of you. Fear has a scent just like targets have a bullseye. Do not make yourself a target. Do not live in fear. We each have the undying and relentless responsibility to ourselves to seek the best opportunities available to us, to defend our rights and demand respect for ourselves and property from this world and all its people. So don't be afraid to call people out. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid at all. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. I am happy to say I am no longer suffering in silence. I have made the owner and management aware of the harassment. They responded with retaliating against me and playing cover-up, and so my response is contacting a lawyer. The first lawyer I checked out didn't work out, so now I'm kicking it to the next step, and I'm going to talk to the Chief Human Resources Officer. And he or she will do due diligence to seek justice for me. But see, I gave the company and management a fair chance to make things right for me, and they refused over the course of months. So now I'm playing hardball back with them, and I will seek my justice because I spoke up. Just to keep things a little loose and light and have a little fun, here go a few jokes for you. You shouldn't just be serious entirely. What do you call an angry, old, oppressive, discriminative, gray, barely-haired, balding, catfish-looking nigga? Phil Mitchell. How many lackeys does it take to stroke Phil Mitchell's shell of an extinct ego? 2. A laughing, lice-infested, nappy-dreaded, ugly, gross hyena named Ricaldo. Catch him in dairy at the store. And a 60-some-odd-year-old washed-up, rusty-crusty, dry-scalped, two-faced, trash-talking wannabe lesbian named Kim. Catch her talking and laughing trash behind the deli counter. I feel so sorry for these punk-ass fools to see me as their competition. When there is no competition, I win. It's not my fault you're old and ugly with miserable oozing through your pores. Why these old, angry, pathetic fools didn't secure an actual education for themselves to survive on salary from a real career is not my problem, not my concern, nor my issue. But them choosing to fuck with me, harass me, disrespect me, and laugh at me, I'll show you the real punchline, your lives. Watch me make a real joke out of you bitches. Who spends a lifetime working at a grocery store anyways? Losers. So in closing, whether they're management, owners, co-workers, or elderly fellow miserable employees at the company, stand up for you and watch them back down. See you next time on Real Talk, Real Issues, Independent Thinking for the Free Mind. I'm Mad Mo on the mic, and this is Mo TV. Out. Welcome back to Real Talk.